Hey guys, welcome to Redneck Off the Range, and every tractor needs a toolbox. Now, we got this Branson 3515H tractor back in January, and back when I was researching tractors, I was going through all the different options that different brands and models could come with, and one of the things that always kind of intrigued me was a toolbox. And I didn't quite understand right off the bat why you need a toolbox on a tractor. I mean, you're out in the field, you're doing what you're doing, and then you come back and, why would you ever need a toolbox? Well, obviously I didn't know much about tractors back then, but I do now. And let me tell you, there are all kinds of reasons why you might want a toolbox on your tractor. You could break a shear pin, which I didn't know anything about shear pins and PTO shafts and all that back then because I was obviously a newbie. I'd never operated a tractor before I got this one, really. But there's just all kinds of other things and tools that you might want to keep in this toolbox. So the Branson doesn't come with a toolbox. In fact, I don't think Branson offers a toolbox. But I did purchase this Speco 16-inch toolbox off of Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I think that's where I got it from. And so I got it online and I mounted it to the back of my Branson tractor. It was pretty easy. I'll show you how I mounted it here in a minute. But I just mounted it to the back, behind the seat. And, I have stocked it with several tools, and pretty much all of them I've used since I've put this toolbox on, except for the few tools that I just put in last week. I haven't used those yet, but I will use those in the future. So let me just show you how exactly I put this on this specific tractor in case you have a 15 series Branson or a similar tractor, and I'll just show you what I put in mine. So right off the bat, I'm just going to say that Speco offers a 20-inch version of this toolbox, which is a little bit different other than the fact that it's 4 inches longer. But this tractor, the 15 series Branson, won't work, or you won't be able to get that 20-inch toolbox back here. I mean, you could mount it like to the ROPS or something, but it's just a little too wide because I think obviously I think you could put it on here, but it wouldn't be able to open because I think it would go underneath these this overhang here on both sides. So the 16-inch Speco toolbox is the way to go in case you're looking for a toolbox. There are obviously other brands of toolboxes out there, and people use 50 caliber ammo cans, so those are just some options, but I obviously went with the Speco. And they do have these in different colors like green and I think red. But I went with the black because black is pretty generic. So it comes with these brackets here, and the way it says to mount it doesn't really make sense to me. There's also some L-shaped brackets, but I just used these flat brackets, and I really just kind of used them as spacers and not a whole lot else. And it comes with a bunch of these bolts. So I put one bolt here and one bolt over there, and really this bolt goes through an existing hole, which I think is for a light, if you put a light back here. So that bolt just goes through an existing hole. This is the only hole I had to drill, and these other two bolts here, there was a slow-moving vehicle sign, a big orange triangle that came on this. It's somewhere around here. I don't know where it is right now. But I basically took that off and put the toolbox on, and these nuts that are on the bottom here are welded on. So I just reused those bolts that came with that sign and put them, drilled the holes and put them there. So I only had to drill one hole through the actual tractor bracket, and then that hole was already there, and obviously I had to drill all the holes through the box, and I used some washers as spacers because you got this little top link holder thing here that gets mounted here, so that also is down there. Let me get in here. So let's open it up. So I have this old hammer here, which we found in the barn whenever we acquired this property from my grandparents. This is a top link pin here that I got for my quick hitch. So, and it could be used for pretty much anything. I put a couple of screwdrivers in here. I got a couple of adjustable wrenches. I have, again, these are for the top hook on the quick hitch, for the adjustable hook. I have this shackle here. I got another shackle over here. I have some needle nose pliers that I put in here because we use needle nose pliers a lot for fishing and everything else, but it also works good for, I have this grab hook here, which goes on the chains, and the needle nose pliers works good for bending the cotter pins on the grab hooks. And then, so I have an assortment of Lynch pins. This is actually an old one off the brush tub, but here's a new one. I have an assortment of Lynch pins. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I think, oh, these are from the, these are just the bolts from the quick hitch. Here's one. And then I have a bunch of these shear pins for the brush hog too. So I think that's pretty much everything that's in here. Oh, and I have a chainsaw wrench for my chainsaw. So I put that in there as well. And I think that's pretty much everything that's in there. But yeah, I mean, you could put other things in there as well. These are just the things that I felt were necessary to put in here. So anyway, that's all for this video. So subscribe to my channel, and until next time, be safe.